2016, 12th May, it's Matt. Hello. So yeah, it's been 1 year since I started my GCSE exams, and yeah, I started to think a year ago I was going through the most pressure I've ever been in. To be fair, I'm in a bit of pressure now because I couldn't book out equipment today. Because the teacher was in a stupid meeting. Oh my god, so yeah, that kind of had me off. I still saw Civil War. I'm not going to review that tonight. I'm going to review it probably next week. But either way, yeah, you're under much more pressure than me right now, I just got to say. But I was still under a bit of pressure, but yeah, nowhere near as much pressure as last year when I was doing my biology exam. Can't remember a single question from that paper, man. I'd like to know what the answers were, because as soon as I see the question, I'll know the answer straight away. You know that feeling like I want them to release the past papers of, well, I want them to release the papers from last year onto AQA and what's the other one? EdXL, that's the other one. I want them to release the papers on those, just so I can know where I went right exactly, rather than just having a rough thing on a sheet of paper in August. That is if I can remember what I put down for it, but you know, I probably can. Don't know if they've released the papers yet, they probably will in the next few weeks, but yeah, glad I'm not under that pressure this year. Yeah, I feel sorry for you, Matt. I really do, my heart goes out to you. Don't know why, but all day I've been suffering with acute indigestion. It's so up here, you know that feeling when you get you eat something too fast. It's been that all day. I'm not sure what that means, but I feel a bit awkward. So I've got to sit up at a really weird angle, and I have to be hunched over when I walk. It's really hacking me off. So it's not very comfortable to do. I want to congratulate you on getting to 100 weeks. I'm going to congratulate you even more in 4 weeks and 2 days time, but I just want to congratulate you on getting this far, because it's, you know, it is pretty remarkable how you managed to do 100 of these. That is quite a lot if you think about it. It's going on for about 2 years, and yeah, it's strange to think. So like I said, the Civil War review is not coming out tonight because it's one of those movies you need to think over, you know. I liked it, don't get me wrong, but I need to think over it and think of my points rather than just putting them all out as a rushed review, like I did with Force Awakens. But I could be excused then because I've seen every other Star Wars movie at least 15 times. But I've not actually ever seen a Marvel movie. Yeah, before tonight I've never seen a Marvel movie. Marvel movie. I've never seen one before, so I didn't have a lot of context. So yeah, I need time to lull it over. But anyway, yeah, I did promise though my review tonight would be coming of Inside Out, which is another big hit last year. So yeah, I'm going to be happy to review that. So Inside Out is Pixar's first film they released last year. They actually released 2. One of them is much better than the other, much higher gross, and luckily I'm reviewing that one. So basically it is about a girl who's moved into a new town in the United States, moved from Minnesota to Chicago, not used to it, and yeah, but that's not all to the story. You see her actual brain, the emotions in her brain, who are the main characters of the movie, control her through this time, this tough time for her, and her sadness, and emotions form characters. Sadness, joy, fear, disgust, and anger. Sadness and joy are go missing from the command centre and need to work their way back there to keep Riley from just the main character, the girl, from going just full on depression and making the biggest mistake of her life. So that's what they need to do. And yeah, basically it's one of the most inventive stories ever, really. I don't think there's 2 really simple stories going on, One of them is incredibly drama-like, and the other one is really Pixar-like. But yeah, it's really is essentially another version of like a Toy Story-like story. Things you don't know exist, that actually have a big influence in your life. Going on an adventure and you don't expect the things that happen to do it, but they form very strong characters that really represent what they're meant to be. The toys in Toy Story are meant to be toys and plastic. The emotions are meant to actually be their emotions and like actually feel emotions 24/7. Yeah, it's yeah, that is really inventive in my opinion. Like it's pretty ballsy, I must say. It'd be really easy to screw up this idea, but Pixar's writing in this kind of format, it rarely fails. Like, I could go into a long detailed history of Pixar, but let's just say Toy Story series, it worked. Monsters Inc. and Finding Nemo, it worked. Up, it worked, because they have things that you don't know exist, interactive with you, like, well, not really Finding Nemo, but actually, yeah, Finding Nemo actually does have that. But yeah, it's basically all the other Pixar films, except maybe The Incredibles, follow a very similar thing. It doesn't really have many risks, and Inside Out returns to the Pixar great writing, and it is, in my opinion, the best Pixar film probably since Toy Story 2. So really, the emotions do form very solid characters, and Sadness and Joy definitely have their emotions down. Like, I'm not sure how when Sadness leaves she's feeling depressed, because isn't that kind of a side effect of depression, sadness? But anyway, I'm getting off track here. Like, yeah, the other emotions, I think anger's my favourite of all of them, but the other two are kind of forgettable. Yeah, they're sort of forgettable. Same thing with the actual characters in the real world, but I don't know, I don't think you're meant to remember them. You're meant to remember what's actually happening inside Riley's head. Which, yeah, that's just really inventive, and they have so many gags and running jokes about the brain and memory and thoughts and stuff, and how you control your actions. You get to see inside not only Riley's head but her parents' head, and near the end of the movie other characters in the movie's heads. It's such a really good commentary. You know, I love a good commentary in movies, and this one has brilliant commentaries, like your brain is being controlled by other beings. So yeah, you're probably saying you like this movie, and yeah, I do. It's Pixar at their finest, and really, it's just the nitpicks of the emotions and the only things that can't take you away from it. And it's one of those movies that is really appealing to families. Like, the kids can get into like the adventure they have to go on, the colours of the characters and like the emotions and everything, and the older audience can get into like the social issues and commentary and running jokes, and the light-hearted humour. Like, this movie made me realise Pixar is actually really funny. Like, it's probably the funniest Pixar film. Dunning it has the dramatic effect that movies like Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3 had in particular scenes. But that doesn't mean it's bad, because like, I know Pixar has got, every movie has its dramatic moment in Pixar. Like, the good Pixar films always have their moment. In Up, it's the first few minutes. In Toy Story 2, it's Jesse's history. In Toy Story 3, it's the incinerator scene and the ending. Yeah, this movie, I wouldn't say it's probably got that moment is when one of the characters they meet, Riley's imaginary friend from when she's 3 years old, who just got lost in her memory, like, leads on their quest. Yeah, that's this movie's moment, but it doesn't really have the dramatic effect those movies have. But that doesn't mean it's bad at all. If I was to pick one complaint about it, one complaint is that they do introduce a bit too much stuff. They do have just too many things being introduced all at once, and it kind of gets a bit repetitive, but that's about it. All my complaints about it. I'm shocked it took me this long to watch it. Like, I used to watch every Pixar film, but then after Brave I kind of like just stepped off it and didn't watch any, and now this one's just made me really love them again. Like, if they can write, I don't know what the next one, Finding Dory, if they can write Finding Dory like this or whatever, it's going to be great. But I'm not really hyped for Finding Dory, or I don't think it's going to be very good. I don't know, but this movie definitely is good, and it's one of Pixar's first original films in ages. So yeah, Pixar really haven't had the originality they've had until Inside Out, so originality is key in Pixar in my opinion. They've really been good at the ideas. Just needing to be the ultimate family company. Like, I know they're owned by Disney, but they have ousted Disney as the family company in my opinion. Like, the ultimate family company. So, without a shadow of a doubt, my second favourite Pixar movie behind Toy Story 2. I mean, I would never be saying that I liked a Pixar movie more than Monsters Inc. Finding Nemo and Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 1. I never thought I'd be saying that, but what do you know? I'm saying it. It's all spectacular, and I'm surprised it's taken me this long to watch it. So either way, Matt, it is now approaching 11 o'clock. Actually, it's nearly gone 11 o'clock, so I kind of need to get editing the vlog right now. So yeah, I'll see you on the Week 100 vlog. So yeah, see you then.